Hello, welcome to Mowgli TV. In this video, we're going to have a look at one of the new features in the latest version of Resolume 7.23. This feature will allow you to make stuff like this. This feature is the ability to put a test card on a clip. It might not sound like a very interesting thing. It's definitely a useful thing. This gives you a different method of being able to set up the test card very quickly from your grid, just clicking on it. But what I'm going to get into here is something very different, which is how to be creative with some of the functionality the Resolume gives you and use it not in the way that it was intended. The idea from this came from this audiovisual track that I created back in 2009. I did this using Sound Keys, which was a plugin for After Effects that was not meant to be seen. Let's get right into it. So here we are in Resolume. If you go to your Sources tab over here, you'll see down here that we've got Test Card, which is exactly what I've got here. So you've got your test card and you've got the show time and the show wipe, which there it comes. So this might not look like much at this point in time, but the thing is, it's got some interesting textures and some interesting motion that could be turned into something a lot more engaging extremely quickly. First of all, if you don't want the Resolume logo showing, you can use a shape mask. So I'm just going to switch that on and there you go. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. To be honest, at this stage, it doesn't really matter what this looks like. You can tweak it later to make it look more like what you want. The point here is if you don't want to have the Resolume logo appearing around your animation, you can take it off by doing that. Next thing we're going to do is tweak the levels. So here's what I've got set up. So we've got a bit more contrast going on. There's areas of pure black and the colors are a bit more vibrant. Next thing we do is set up an auto mask. This will make the darker areas transparent, which will be a lot better when applying effects to it. Next, we've got a colorize. Now, again, this is completely up to you what you want to do with colorize. You can leave it as is, or if you put a colorize in there, you can always tweak it and apply gradients and whatnot to it. So that's what I've done there. Next, I've added some other things. Let's jump the order here. So basically the main animation is going to be created by the good old tunnel effects. So here we go. Now we've got a tunnel. So as you can see, the test card is a very good source to put on a tunnel because it's got all these different color variations, textures, and the animation of the wipe on the test card itself, which I'm going to animate further here by switching it on and off with a digital envelope over here. So now you can see that it's flashing in some bits, which makes it a bit more dynamic and interesting. And here we go. I mean, you can look at my tunnel. I've animated some parameters, as you can see here, speed, wobble, turn to give it a bit of spice. And now we're going to add maybe the sparkles, which you're not going to see at the moment because this is tied to the dashboard. So you can see I've got some parameters tied there. Let's close all these things here. And we're going to add the other sparkles, the stingy sphere and bloom. So there you have it. I've assigned some parameters to the dashboard. Some have got more than one parameter in, and basically now you could play this as if it was like a VJ puppet. So I've got the sparks here that I can bring up and completely radically change the feel of what this looks like. Sparks B, which again adds the orange sparks there, which transforms what we're doing entirely. So I've added a sound file here, and as you can see, I've added some FFT parameters that are animated going with the beat. And now we've got all these dashboard controls over here. So the sphere I can bring in and out. I can bring down the heat, which is the blue. I can add the sparks or take them away. Effectively transforming the whole thing and being able to play this with a MIDI controller live as if it was a puppet, basically. So as you can see, the variants that you can achieve with these techniques are very, very broad. So that's it for now. I haven't gone into much detail about the specifics of all the effects and the dashboard, but I've got plenty of videos throughout my channel that explain all these different things. The point of this video was to show you how you can use things wrong to make really cool stuff. So don't feel like you have to use things as someone tells you to use them. It's always good to experiment and find alternative ways to use things in ways that they were never intended to to create new things. I hope you found this interesting and the video inspired you to experiment using things in wrong ways to create the unforeseen. As always, please like and subscribe as it does really help the channel, and I hope to see you here next time.